Hi, hello, and welcome to Five Star Conversations in the Sun City. I'm your host, Michelle M. Trey Hollis. And what I just want to talk about quickly is we are in the holiday season, the thick of it. And whatever holiday that you celebrate, and whatever story that means to you, for you as a restaurateur, this is an exciting time. And it's not too late to capitalize on this season to bring a lot of attention and energy into your establishment. This is a great time to set yourself apart from other um, establishments, especially. It really doesn't matter what kind of restaurant you are, but here, of course, specifically, we speak to full service restaurants. And so everything that happens over the next few weeks, and of course, this goes beyond this, but now is a great time to really focus on this. A lot of people are visiting with their families. A lot of people are going to be kind of taking it a little bit easier this time of year. They're going to be doing a lot of shopping. So, depending on where you're located, this can be a great opportunity for you where you're located in your community. If there is money being spent in your city on dining in or dining out, full service restaurants, there is no reason that you can't capture most of that market. And this conversation in this channel is for those of you who want to have an unfair advantage in your community. And it is going to take you being able to tell a good story, because facts tell, stories sell. What makes you the place that people should come and visit and bring their friends and family who come and visit them to your restaurant? This is the thing that you get to really be thinking about. And what makes your story and your process and your experience and your ambiance so incredible that people will tell others, and that people will get online and share that story, share their story with the world, with anyone who's looking for a great place to eat, and even more. How can you create the environment to make your restaurant a part of everybody else's story? This season, whenever they want to make a first impression, whenever they bring someone in from out of town, you just had this, you want to be that restaurant and that brand that is synonymous with the local experience. I'm here in El Paso, Texas. So one place, one thing here, a couple things that you can do and think about is, first of all, do the research and the data. And when you look at the research and the data, you'll see that, as I have with, I've used, I'll tell you a tool that I've used is called Size Up El Paso. Okay, and I think that you can use this anywhere in any location, but we have one here in El Paso, and our Better Business Bureau has and the city of El Paso has provided this to local entrepreneurs. And when you look into the data, it shows you how much people are spending per zip code. I'm going to actually just show that with you really quickly. I wasn't planning on doing this, but as I'm still building out this channel and working on, making it more valuable and being more intentional about how I bring you information, I still want to come on and share some things with you along that journey and along the way. Because that's how you grow. You grow by continuing to do things and then continuing to invite people to see to your experience. So I'm going to be continuing to invite restaurateurs to this experience, to this YouTube channel. And not only you as a restaurateur, but your management team. Your management team is like the most important part of your team, because they're the ones that's going to set that. They're the ones that's going to set the tone. It's going to create the energy in your restaurant. And then you can be focused, and either you yourself can be focused on doing more marketing, bringing more people in, business development, or you can have a staff member focused on that. But you want to have your leadership team within the restaurant focused on making sure that everyone is working together in symphony and harmony. So let me see here. I'm going to show you. It's called Size Up El Paso. This is worth its weight in gold. So let me show you. Okay. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just want to show you really quickly the power of this tool. So we're going to go share screen. Okay. Here it is right here. Okay, so I'm going to Google Size Up El Paso. You put that in. Size Up El Paso. El Paso Business Strong. Size Up El Paso helps to level the competitive business playing field by providing small businesses with industry-specific and hyper-local information to help them grow and make smarter decisions using big data analysis. Data is key. Like, you should be using data to help fuel you. If you're in the restaurant industry, I'm going to show you right here why this is powerful. Restaurants, right? Let's see, explore nearby customer demographics. That's not what I wanted to find, actually. Compared to your industry competitors, competition, optimize your advertising. There's all sorts of things you can do with this information. But let's see here. Let's go to my business. We're not doing that. Demographic, advertising. For instance, this is a list of zip codes with the highest combined business revenue in the industry. Zip codes with the highest combined business revenue in the industry. So what this is saying is that in 79912, this is where people are making the most money in the industry. Total annual revenue, 400 million. Total population, 75,000 people. Imagine just getting 10% of those people to come to your restaurant, 750. See how that changes things? I'm sorry. That's 75,983. Look, it's okay. I'm doing the math here. Okay. I'm using it. I know I can't believe it. Don't worry. I'm going back to math class. No, 10% is 7,598. That's the total population. So imagine getting 1% per month. Imagine getting 1% of that per month at about $100 average a person. This would be in a like, again, we're talking about a full service restaurant right now. You're looking at 75,000 a month in revenue. Now let's double that. Well, let's look at that as a week, okay? Because let's say a week You get 750 covers a week. Let's say they average about $70 in spend. That's 52,000 a week. That's for a full. Like I said, I'm talking about a full service restaurant, somewhere where someone comes in, sits in, has drinks, appetizer, dessert, dinner. Let's say the average that they're spending is $70. This would be for a higher end restaurant. 52,000. If you can get 750 people to come every single week. So let's say 52,500 times 52 weeks. You're bringing in 2.7 million. If you can get 750 people to come sit in your restaurant. So like if you've got the capacity to seat over 100 a night, 7 days a week. Let's say you have the capacity to seat 150 guests a night, 5 days a week. That's exactly 750. Shouldn't you be shooting to fill your restaurant with 150 guests every single night, 5 days a week? And then, like I said, let's say the average is 150 times 5 days a week is 750. Let's take it down. Let's say it's $60 per guest is what you're aiming for. That's 45,000 a week. Let's say times 52 weeks. That's 2 million, 2.3 million a year. I know that that really that's basic math. I mean, I'm not even really probably, I know I'm not using this tool for some. I really just did this off of a whim. So I'm going to work on this tool a little bit more, just to share with you, just because I kind of just did it on a whim and I forgot where I could find the exact information I'm looking for. But what this is saying is this is the best places to advertise based on total annual revenue. This revenue of this population is 400 million to 410 million a year. I want to know where the most money. You should consider using this list if you are selling to businesses or consumers and want to know where the most money is being made in your industry. So what I'm seeing that this means, the highest combined business revenue in the industry, 400 million. So this could mean two things. And I will call the Better Business Bureau of El Paso to figure out exactly if I'm understanding this correctly, because it's a little bit misleading. It's a little confusing because it's saying that this is a list of the zip codes with the highest combined business revenue in the industry. So if this is just based on the industry, this is saying that $400 million annually is being made just in the restaurant industry in this zip code alone. If that much is being made, 400 million in the restaurant industry alone, wouldn't it behoove you to want to get the most of that? That means there's no such thing as, oh, nobody's spending money, because a lot of times in the restaurant industry, these are the things that we hear. I'm going to stop the share. These are the things that we hear. Nobody's making any money in this industry. Oh, this is our slow season, whatever the case may be. No, you cannot rest on your laurels. But what you saw me do was basic math. $750. 750 guests every week that means that you're getting around 150 guests every single night. Totally doable for most establishments. 150 guests And then we're saying they're only spending at max 60 per guest. So that gives a wide range of dine-in restaurants. Then you're saying 52 weeks, that's 2.3 million. So your goal should be to have leadership in place at your restaurant that can handle that type, that can manage your staff to handle that volume. And then your job as a restaurateur is to connect in with your marketplace and drive that kind of business to your restaurant. That's what you want to be doing. And it's totally possible. And it's all about the story you tell yourself. It's all about, so we're coming back around to story. So it's about the story that you are telling your community about you. It's about the people, your management and leadership team being on board and them understanding that this is their restaurant too. It's about you hitting certain benchmarks. It's about you setting data points and key performance indicators in place, KPIs that you hit certain levels. And all of your leadership team should all be working together for this. And then that energy and that diligence trickles down. It moves through the organization down. So you're now attracting front of house staff that care about these metrics too. Because why? Because that's money in their pocket. That 2.3 million is going to directly turn into money in your servers' pockets. Now you're going to have the best establishment to work in. You have the leadership in place who's attracting the right talent, who's all going to take everything extremely seriously in terms of creating that hospitable experience. And then they're going to also be trained and ready to learn skills to develop their culinary knowledge, their wine knowledge, their spirit knowledge. You know, these are things that people are interested in. I know. How do I know? Because I work in the industry. And I know, talking to people across all sorts of restaurants, that they want to learn more about spirits. They want to be in the know about wines. They want to understand about different styles of food, preparations. You know, these are the type of people that I surround myself with, and this is the type of person that I am. And so when you create this environment of learning, of hospitality, and of growth, you can really create some magic in your local community. And as you can see with the numbers, they don't lie. Now, I am going to get better at telling that story, and I'm going to focus more on that, and I'm going to connect in with my local community to better understand how to share that tool and how to understand the information on it. But one thing that it has encouraged me is that there's plenty of money being spent in restaurants. So don't tell yourself any other story besides, how can I get more efficient and intentional about grabbing up more market share in my community and sharing my story with the community so that my restaurant is the go-to restaurant, because we're here to make money and we're here to be of service in our community. And every time we have a chair that's open, that's one less story being told. And that's one less dollar being made. And that's one less memory being created for the people of your community. So I'm going to end with that. Happy holidays. It's a great time to be alive. It's a great time to be in business. So let's make the most of it. Stay tuned. What I promise you is that I'm going to connect with the city of El Paso next week so that I can get more instruction on how to use this tool effectively, so I can pass that information over to you. And then even if you don't live in El Paso, there's tools like this, the data research tools that you can find. I'm going to learn more about that, because this channel is going to be about the brass tacks, the technology, the strategies, tactics, the training, the onboarding, the human resource, everything that it's going to take to really be able to take over the market from now on. Because it's anybody's marketplace today if you're willing to put in the work and to use the tools that are available to at all of our fingertips like they've never been before. So signing off, this is Michelle M. Trey Hollis and the 5-Star Conversations in the Sun City. In the description box below, I will have the link to that Size Up El Paso tool so that you can use it and at least start tinkering around with it and get excited about what's possible for your restaurant. And by having the information and having a way to apply it. And stay tuned. I will be back next week with more information, and we're just going to keep rocking and rolling this whole space. Okay. Peace and blessings. Have a good one.